So, the second question that she raises is her analysis or her initial way of thinking now starts building up or concretizing because two persons have paid the fees. Now, this is called hypothesis. Hypothesis is the initial thing where it was not proven, but because of some recurrent events, she is thinking that it is happening. Now, let us think that she has come to the class and there are 20 persons in this group. She met all the 20%. And now people are saying that in this 20, she met 10 persons who had not paid the fees, but still they are not there in their name is there in the list. They have not paid the fees, but still their name is in the list. Now her hypothesis changes. Array, this is not because of paying fees, because 10 students who has not paid the fees also their name is in the list. Now there is her hypothesis starts changing now. Now how it starts changing because of interaction with so many people, she starts building up. There is something beyond which marks they have added me or they have kept me out of the group. Now she's tried to analyze that component. That analyzation is called theory. Trying to come to the exact reasons is known as theory. What is that theory? Now, if she comes to me after analyzing this, 20 students or there are 10 students who have been paid the fees, 10 students who has not paid the fees. I am also interested. I paid the fees, but still, or I have not paid the fees, but still you have not added me. Now she comes to me. Then what I say the theory, what I say is I have added them only by considering that they are exclusive batch students. That is, they are not preparing or they do not have anything in the insight for their preparation. But you have in your insight Telangana groups, so you go and prepare for that. So I didn't add you here. This is what my analysis is. Right? This is what I say. Now this is the theory. Now she goes back to that 20 members and she checks whether that is true with each and every one. Now all these 20 members will be having that set common. Which set? All these 20 members will have one thing that is called they are exclusively preparing for prelims or for mains of next year. This is common among all the 20, not the fees. Are you understanding? Now this is called theory. Theory is based on substantial evidence. You are going to determine one framework. That framework is called theory. Now, what is a law? What is a law? Law is further concretizing this theory. Further concretizing this theory. What is that? To put in the context that I have said to her, to the girl who was not in the list. I said to her, I have given this group. Why I have given this group? Because they are exclusively preparing for this. But you have Telangana groups. As a result, I have kept you out. I don't want to be you to be a part and parcel of this batch. That is my consideration because it is going to dilute your preparation by focusing on these two things. So that is theory. Now, what is the law? I also say to her. However, this group is also not going to be consistent, not going to be the permanent one. I am going to change it based on the consistency of the students. If the students are not consistent, I remove them from the group. If they are consistent, then I will maintain them from the group. Right? I will maintain them in the group. This consistency of removing the people, those who are inconsistent, or adding the people who are consistent, this way of addition and removal is called law. Law is what is going to be with the entire domain. Now, theory is proposing in the first instance, law is further concretizing. Right? Further concretizing means how this group will be maintained overall. Right? That is called law. Law is the concrete form. Right? That is called law. So this is the difference between theory, hypothesis, law. Hypothesis is just framing a proposal without having much knowledge about the facts. This is called framing a proposal. That is called hypothesis. Theory, theorems. You might have studied Pythagoras theorem, right? Right angle triangle, Pythagoras theorem, right? That is theorem or theory. What is the difference between theorem and hypothesis? Hypothesis is just projecting. Before Pythagoras, what people did? People said about right angle triangle in various ways, right? But they proposed, okay, this length, A, B, and this is Pythagoras who said A square plus B square, C is equal to. Right? Different people proposed. Like earlier, they proposed C might be A into B, C might be A plus B, C might be A square plus B square. These are all theorems. Hypothesis. ఇది ఉండొచ్చు అని చెప్పడం హైపోథెసిస్. ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా ఏముంటుంది? దిస్ వన్. దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ Pythagoras theorem. You might have studied in your mathematics. Theorems are also known as theories. Now theorems becomes laws when they are further concretized, or the difference is between the subject again. Theorems or laws. Subject in mathematics we will call it as theory. Theorems in humanities we call it as theories and law. Law is further concretizing that concept, right? This is the difference between hypothesis, theory, and the so-called law. I hope you understood with the example that I have given about a girl who was not a part of our program. The girl's analysis from her own end is hypothesis. Discussing with the students and coming to me is theory. I'll also say to her, if they are inconsistent, I will be removing them. That is called law. Newton's laws of motion. That laws of motion has been tested and he has given in a very concrete form. First law of motion, second law of motion, law, right? Newton's law of motion. This is proved beyond fact, right? Newton's laws of motion is proved beyond fact. That first law says that for every a body which is at rest continues to be at rest, a body which is in motion continues to be in motion, right? That is what the first law is, law of inertia. There will be second law, there will be third law. These are called laws because they were very well tested and that is very concretized. But when it comes to Einstein's theory of relativity, this is theory because it was not a concretized, right? Let's look at this. Einstein's theory of relativity, he spoke about the universe, expansion of the universe, about black holes, the thing that is not visible to the naked eye. As a result, it is not, the subject is evolving. Black holes universe is evolving, black hole subject is evolving. Slowly now people are coming to know that what Einstein said is not a theory but it is a law, right? But why they didn't make it as a law? Because the substance or the subject has been not proved yet. Something which is proved beyond any doubt is known as law, but this is a theory, right? If I become a scientist on subject, then I can say Dhananjay's hypothesis, right? First I have to prove my hypothesis, then I'll become Einstein. If I become Einstein, then I will become so-called Newton. Are you understanding what is the difference between Einstein, Newton, and we people? So answer writing should be, if you are writing answers from our own domain, normative approach is having these loopholes. If I write this from my end, that becomes hypothesis, Dhananjay's hypothesis. Don't write hypothesis, use theories or laws. This is the reason why you have to remember that thinkers. Got it? I hope you understood what is theory, what is hypothesis, what is law. Look at in politics, legislature makes laws. Law is something which is beyond any doubt, it has to be applied. But look at the context of the law that our constitution makes us make. Parliament is there to discuss and frame a law, which means they are framing a law beyond any reasonable doubt. It should be applied, or beyond any reasonable doubt, it is well accepted, right? But look at the formulas that the government of India has made. After 3 years, they removed it. Why they removed it? Because it is not in concretizing form. So you cannot call them law, rather they are hypothesis, Narendra Modi government's hypothesis on the Farm Acts. If it is a law, look at National Food Security Act. That is a law which is having a vigorous impact. If you are not taking back, if you are introducing something, if you are taking back, that shows that you are diluting the law as such. The moment you are diluting the law as such, it becomes a hypothesis, and the total scenario of the country is going to be in a very dilemma. So Parliament is there to create laws. That is what you have to understand. Just like Newton, they were given the power to make laws. Did you understand? Now, what is the importance of that law? Law is beyond any doubt. Whatever the laws that we have, that should be beyond any reasonable doubt. But unfortunately, in India, many laws, or almost 90% of the laws, are having its loopholes in its own form. That is another drawback that we had. But to put in this context, what I mean to say, I hope you got what is hypothesis, what is theory, what is law. Newton's laws of motion, Einstein's theory of relativity, and hypothesis is our general hypothesis. Now, having said this, having said this, having said what is hypothesis, theory, and one more thing I said is law, right? So you understood what is theory. Theory has to be very concretized, and it should have be verified with facts. This is called one thing about political theory. The first meaning of theory is this. We are not studying political theory. We are studying political science. Okay. I hope that is what the subject is. Political science and international relations. Right. The subject is political science and international relations, not the so-called political theory. In political science, one aspect is political theory, but you have this as political science. That is the subject. Political science and international relations. Now, what is a science? The question is science, right? What is a science? Right? There will be two sets in our studies. Student belonging to arts, student belonging to science. If you have seen Sai movie in Telugu, right? The quarrel is between arts students and science students, right? So what is arts? What is science? Arts is something which doesn't require any technological evidences. Which doesn't require any technological evidences. It is just to have something called uh, propositions, and then they are just to create and give luxury to human being. For example, arts of Mauryas, they have constructed some stupas. This is art. Stupas. What you will get from constructing stupas? That may be because of your religious beliefs. That may be because of the so-called your personal beliefs. You have created it. What is the end goal of the arts? End goal of the arts is to make humans to get that creative energy, right? I am good at constructing something. I am good at painting, right? Irrespective of whether what I paint, without having any scientific analysis, I might paint anything. That is called arts. But science is something which is backed up by facts. Something which is backed up by facts. Something which is systematically evaluated. Systematically evaluated. For example, if I am painting, I can use any color of paint. Any color of paint, right? Whatever the color that I like, I might use in this painting. Right? Why I paint this? Because I like to paint. This is for my personal creative work. I am doing this creativity. This is called arts. But science is, if I am drawing India flag, I am not allowed to draw in this way. I am definitely required to use certain colors which are very important. Only that colors makes India flag. This is called science. Systematic way of doing the things, systematic way of evolution. How you have to systematically evaluate? You have to evaluate with facts, you have to check them in the laboratories, and then you have to evolve. This is called science. That is why science students, what you will study in science, engineering students are science students. What you are studying in engineering, you study about the basic particles, and then you study about how they are mixing. We are worried about facts. We are not worried about theories. We are not worried about the statements, right? We are worried about facts. For example, people say, in the arts, people say that Buddha is the Lord. Buddha is the Lord. But science students ask, what is the proof that Buddha is Lord? Are you understanding? So they are concerned with proof. They are concerned with facts. This is called science. But arts, this is something different. That is why look at Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Arts, right? BA and BCom, Computer Sciences, right? This is the thing. Now, over a period of time, science which was entirely related to pure sciences. Pure science means physics, chemistry, biology. This is pure science. Over a period of time, even one more subject has entered, that is called social sciences. Earlier, society was belonging to arts. Now it has become a science. Even social features have become science. Right? That is the reason why in BA you will have subjects like BA Political Science, BA Anthropology, BA Public Administration. What are these? Political science, public administration. They are social sciences, not pure sciences. Pure sciences means physics, chemistry, biology. Right? Now, social science, look at it. If you are doing engineering, what is engineering? Engineering is a stream of your physical life. So, for example, electrical engineering, you are from physics background, chemistry background, particularly you are from physics and chemistry background. If you are doing medical sciences, you are from biological background. These are engineering subjects and the so-called medical sciences. They are pure sciences. Whereas these are social sciences. Social sciences means discussing something about society and framing them in the line that science has created. I said, what is science? Science should be backed up by facts. Even over a period of time, these social subjects also started framing their laws with facts. Then the subject evolved as social science. So whatever is political science, whatever is public administration that we are reading in the subject in academics, we call them as social science. Whereas our engineering, our medical, these things comes under pure sciences, right? If you look at various subjects, various ways of degree that you'll get, you'll understand that. But that is out of context. What I'm going to say is, now we are going to read political science. My point is political science. So political science is something which is beyond political theory, because inside your syllabus itself it is clear. In political science you have one thing called political theory, but there are rest of the things, right? So political science is beyond something called theory. Theory is just prepositions. Science is making it as a law, that is facts, right? Now, how it evolved? It evolved from the subjects of just like looking at engineering, looking at mathematics, looking at medicine. They evolved, or they tried to give concrete shape to the politics also, or to the society also. That is why political science is a sub-discipline of social sciences. Social sciences, the school of social sciences, they belong to the school of social sciences. Public administration, it belongs to the school of political sciences. Sociology, it belongs to the school of social sciences. Whereas engineering, medicine, they belong to the pure sciences. I hope you got this. No, science is something. So in fact, in essence, if you have not understood anything, that's completely fine. Let's try to understand this in one line. That is, science is something which is backed up by facts, which is verified by facts. Whereas theory, or the so-called theory, is still not proved beyond that. Science is like a law, but theory is just a transition phase from hypothesis to law. Right? This is one thing that you have to understand. Political science is this subject. Political science is this. So it is a branch of social science. What is social science? Society aspects. Society aspects. If you are studying it in a systematic manner, in a scientific manner, that becomes social science. What is social, or what is society? Studying about social, samajika, సొసైటీ సాంఘిక సమాజంలో జరిగేటువంటి వస్తువుల గురించి లేదా విషయాల గురించి తెలుసుకోవడమే ఆ, సాంఘిక శాస్త్రం యొక్క ముఖ్య ఉద్దేశం అనేసి సిక్స్త్ క్లాస్ సైన్స్ ఆర్ సోషల్ బుక్లో ఉంటుంది, మీరు చూస్తే. రైట్, దట్ ఈస్ వన్ థింగ్. సొసైటీ, society, what does society composes of? Society composes of, first thing is individual. It consists of other animals, It consists of environment, it consists of land. This land is to be ruled by some organization, that is called the feelings of the people that I belong to a particular and that is called nation. So in society, individuals will be there. There will be communities. So society starts with individual, then it goes to family, then it goes to community, then it goes to the so-called state, then it goes to nation, then it goes to universe, like Kepal, Prapancha Shanti, right? This is called society. Studying about these concepts is called social sciences. Social sciences. Right? Now, studying about family, studying about community, this becomes under sociology optional. Sociology. Studying about state, studying about nations comes under political or public administration. Right? Political or public administration. This is how social sciences are divided and this is how political science is there. Now, state and nation. In order to understand this political science, the basic units of political science is what is a state, what is a nation. That you have to understand. State versus nation definition. This I'll tell you later. Right? So political science is a systematic study of the political dimensions of a society. Now, what are the political dimensions of a society? The political dimensions of a society are the state and nation. Right? The political dimensions are state and nation. By looking at that, you are evolving a theory, and that theory is getting a concrete shape, then you call them as political sciences. So this is what is political science. Political science is a systematic study of the political form of society. Political forms of society, you have two things. So this makes us to enter into what is political. So far I discussed what is theory, what is the difference between hypothesis, theory and law. Theory is a component of political science. Science is something which is beyond your political theory or theory. Science is always backed up by facts. Now, once it is being backed up by facts, in general, you call them as scientific analysis is called backed up by facts. If it is not backed up by facts, just in the theoretical form, it is called normative, norms, social norms. Norms become science only with facts. Norms become science only with facts. Normative approach means just studying the norms. Scientific approach means proving that norms with facts is called scientific approach. This is what the difference is between the first point, that is called norms, and science. Right? I'll come to that in a while, but still let's go for discussion about this thing called political theory. Now, I hope you understood what is theory. They are not going to ask the question, but I have said in depth so that you should not misuse, because questions are not asked, right? You have already know that. You have seen the questions. They are not going to ask in depth like this, but we have to know. That is our duty. Now, what is political? One theory that we have discussed so far is what is theory. Now, what is political? Political is something in general. If I ask any student what is political, many people say this is something which is related to politics, or and people are more interested about power here. So it is going to be something which is related with politics and power. So something which is worried about politics of power, that is called political. This will be the general meaning of almost all the students, and absolutely that is also correct. There is nothing wrong in this. But if you look at how this power concept has come, right, on what areas they want to have power, the next question is, yes, you are completely right that you want power in politics, but what exactly is that power, why people want that power, right? Studying about those components forms a part of your political. Now, before that, how the term has evolved. The term has evolved from one meaning called police. Police in Greece, the ancient Greek city, they are the ones who has used this term, or in Greek, police means the city state. Police means a city state. In Greek, it is known as police. Just like India state, you call it as Greek police. Police means a city state, a combination of cities and state. So studying about this city state, how that is organized, how that is administered, who are the agents who are administering them, what are the best way to study that city state, these things form a component of politics. So city state, politics means police, police means city state. Just like a city, this is an area, who will be composing of that area, who will be ruling that people, who will be Kanagar. హనుమంతు బాబు ఫోన్ చేస్తున్నాడు చూడు. హనుమంతు. Right? This is called political police. Police is about city state. This makes us to discuss the next aspect. What is city state, or what is state, what is nation? That I am going to discuss tomorrow. Right? Hope you got this understanding, but this is all basics. No need to worry if you have not understood also. So I continue my class with the so-called what is city state, what is state, what is city state, what is nation. We'll discuss that, and then we'll enter into what is political theory, how the subject has evolved. Right? Tomorrow I'm going to continue from here. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, I'll wind it up. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? Yes. Okay, right. I'll share that material. This one, uh, be a book. You just try to follow it. Okay. You just try to read it. Even though if you don't understand, that's completely fine. But try to read it. Okay. Thanks for joining. So you have studied in Constitution about Article 1 to 11 yesterday. So what you do is you start revising the so-called fundamental rights for the next 2 days. Article 13 to Article so-called 35, Article 12 to 35, sorry. You just go through that once. For 2 days, take your time, or 3 days, take your time, go through the fundamental rights, right? I'll tell you after reading that, I'll tell you what extra you have to read, right? Thanks for joining. Have a good day.
Sir,
Yes.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
sir, could you please send us DD Basu's PDF if possible, if
Yeah.
available?
If I have DD versus this one, I'll text you. I have just kept before me itself. This is the thing that I had did, right?
Yes, sir. Okay.
I was going through this actually. I wanted to share it. Um, they have given. See, what you do is already you have studied Unit 1, that is Part 1 and Part 2 of Indian Constitution. If you study in that way, you just remember the so-called uh, what are the components in it. But what I say is, you just also go through Territory of Union, 6th chapter and 7th chapter in DD Basu. 6th chapter and 7th chapter. Now I am going out. Maybe once I come back, I'll try to share it. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right. I'll share it.
Thank you, sir.
I'll also upload this video after coming back. Maybe it takes in the evening. So then I'll end. Right? Thanks for
Thank
joining.
you, sir.
Have a nice day.